event on research methods and data analytics is from 4th of January to 15th of January 2024. The program examines the research methodology process and data analysis with scientific research writing methods. Each topic includes a lecture that discusses the underlying theory and hands-on applications using SPSS, Excel, Python, Mendeley, etc. This program is an attempt to enrich the participants across all disciplines with the expertise required to undertake effective research conducted through research methodology and data analysis. The goal of this program is to provide learners from many disciplines with the knowledge and skills needed to carry out efficient research, apply rigorous research technique and analyze data, in order to guarantee that participants have a thorough understanding of the research methodology, multivariate data analysis process, and develop the skills required for successful academic publishing. This program blends theoretical insights with practical hands-on experience. All past participants will receive certificate of participation after successful completion of the program. We have with us today Professor Dr. Urvesh Chaudhary, Professor of Center of Management Studies, NAC and IQAC Coordinator, Program Coordinator at Uttaratan International Business School, New Delhi, India. She is PhD in HR from Gautam Buddha University, Greater Noida. She has vast experience of more than 27 years in the field of software development, academics, projects and placement. In her software development lifespan, she worked on 18 projects. One of the major projects done by her is Material Requirement Planning, MRP, including bill of material, purchase, receiving and inspection, stores and control and dispatch of goods for Indication Instruments Private Limited, Faridabad. Her area of expertise includes organization behavior and human resources, entrepreneurship development and research methodology. She has authored 3 books on organization behavior and management process, research methodology and quantitative techniques and consumer behavior. I would like to call upon Director Sir to present a green welcome to our first speaker of the day.
Welcome for this session. Resource person is a resource and we must utilize the resource properly. Thank you.
To enlighten us on the topic, Introduction to Research, Identification of Research Gap, how basics of research enhance data analysis in a systematic way, significance and needs of multidisciplinary research.
Let's give me 2 minutes. Inter-faculty development program. Now let me tell you the importance of why we conduct these FDP programs in our institution. First thing first, throughout the semester we are running here and there with lot many events, but we are not looking after our own development. This faculty development programs provide us the platform where we can sit together and share our knowledge with each other and help each other develop. Now it is not limited to only few resource persons. All of you are a resource of the institution and all of you are a resource for each other. A good institution develops its faculty by having resources from within and also resources from outside. In this FDP, you will find that we are calling 2 resource persons from outside, but most of the resources are from within the institution. People come from different institutions, they have different type of experience, they have different type of knowledge level. They are also improving upon their knowledge by participating in SWAYAM platform and doing different types of courses. At this point of time, when a resource person from within is moving to share his or her knowledge, it's a privilege for all of us that we listen to such resource person who would like to share their knowledge with the colleagues. Similarly, if you get a chance and if you want a chance, not get a chance, but you should grab a chance of sharing your knowledge and wisdom with the faculty members. Together, when you share the knowledge, we increase the knowledge of the system. We increase the knowledge of the institution. An institution can only grow if the intellectual capital of the institution is growing. And such interaction between the faculty members help in growing the intellectual level of each other. I hope we are going to attend the whole session and we don't have to run after each other to call you that please sit in the FDP. That creates a very, very wrong type of a culture. As a resource person, as a faculty member, I always believe that each one of you is an institution in yourself. You have come to the profession of teaching because you are a resource for your student, you are a resource for your peer. Why we are calling you a resource? Because you are a body of knowledge in yourself. Those faculty members who have not enrolled in PhD program must go in for doing it at the earliest if you want to survive in this particular academic profession. Those who have enrolled themselves in PhD are required to complete it within the specified time period so that you can move comfortably ahead in your teaching career. Doing a PhD is just a ticket to continue with research work. It is not the end of the research. You just grab that particular knowledge and drivers to do the research further. It amounts to saying that when you are doing PhD, ensure that you develop such a knowledge that you are able to guide the other people who are getting enrolled under yourself. Unless you are not guiding one PhD, in days to come, you will not be able to become associate professor. You will not be able to become professor later on. Right? So, such type of faculty development programs where we are talking of research work, please take them seriously. Start writing research papers because unless we don't start writing research papers with each other or alone, it depends how much team player you are. If you are a team player, you will help each other writing research papers. But there are some people who are very good individual players. So if they are good individual players, they should write paper because you are not writing for the institution, you are first of all writing for yourself. It adds to your CV, it adds to your knowledge, it adds to your wisdom. And bare minimum UGC care, group 1, moving on to Scopus or Web of Science, research or journals should be targeted. If you are not doing it now, I think you will never start doing it. In my career, I also feel that I still should be publishing, even though I have published more than 60 papers. You can visit the Google citations of mine. It is very much there. All papers are visible there, right? But still, we must continue. It should not stop. And I welcome my colleagues to write with me also because I have sufficient data. The data which I have gotten for completing my PhD scholars, there are n number of papers which we can publish together. The only thing is, you have to sit with me to complete those papers. So from my side also, I am giving you invitation to continue writing with me. And if you can write with each other, help each other, I think you will be doing a wonderful work, not only for the institution, but for yourself. I've been saying that we have gone in for creating so many schemes where we can help you financially also. You must come forward. Not many institutions does it, and many other institutions does it in a better manner. So I'm not saying that we are doing the best, but we have started doing at least something which is better than the others. So grab this opportunity. Start writing. There always is a starting point for everything. When I wrote my first article, it was only because of the motivation of the director who kept on saying, start writing, start writing, start writing. And we started and then we never stopped. Right? In a period of almost 23 to 24 years, we have gone in for publishing. I have gone in for publishing almost 60 papers, 9 PhD scholars, 1 UGC project I have already completed. But it all happened because of self-motivation, right? So if you have self-motivation, try to find and sit with like-minded people, start working with them and move ahead. Coming to the institute at 8:45, going at 1:15 or going at 4:45 will happen every day. But that's not the only cycle of life. It is much more than that. During that time period, we are doing our duty. But after that, we must also think about our own academic career. Family is there. You are a part of family. You have to remain a part of family. We work for family. Everyone understands that. But if you do something extra, only that extra mile is helping you move ahead. Remember that. We know what is right, but the hard part is to follow what is right. I always say this. And as a faculty member, one should not be pressing the alarms again and again that what is right for you and what is not right for you. With this, I would like to stop here, understanding that in this FDP, we don't have to put reminders again and again on WhatsApp to call you back to this particular room or the lab where training sessions will happen. Share your knowledge, share your wisdom, exchange your knowledge, talk to each other for these 5 days or 6 days that we are planning this particular FDP. Learn and become better than what we are at present. Thank you so much and good morning.
We will make this particular session as an interactive session only. As research, we all know. Either we are all doctorate, in PG also nowadays research is covered. So if I talk about the theoretical research, we all are aware about the research. Director sir and the BC sir was that we will be able to develop one research paper at the end of it. Everyone will be able to write one research paper at the end of this workshop. And this can be achieved in 7 days because one Sunday is coming in between in the 6 days workshop. In these 7 days, if you proceed with the speed with which I am telling you. Every day we will be having one assignment. You will be completing that assignment and submitting on the Google form. We will be sharing the Google form from tomorrow. ताकि आज का जो आप homework कर रहे हैं, that homework can be submitted tomorrow in Google. That will be the assessment procedure to give you the certificate. And believe me, if you go with that, you will be able to complete one research paper at the end of the workshop. So, we have taken in today's session consideration number 1, type of research, then on what type of variables, which type of analytical tools we will be implementing, and then followed by basically the first part which we use in writing a research paper, that is abstract, identifying the gap. We'll move in these 2 steps only. And my dear professors might be knowing better than me, I suppose. But I am generally discussing this thing for everyone, keeping everyone in the mind. So from very basic, we will be starting about all these things. So basically, when we talk about the research, it is of 2 types. Majorly, if I talk about research, it is of 2 types. One is the descriptive research, and another one is the inferential research or exploratory research. So when I talk about the descriptive research, I mean basically I am performing the little bit of central tendency measures, I am performing the little bit of the demographic calculations or demographic factors are being utilized. Similarly, in exploratory, when I am talking about, I am trying to explore something new out of it. Okay? The same type of concepts has been used. Only the indicator has been written in this. So we will be talking about the descriptive statistics and confirmatory or inferential statistics. Descriptive, the transformation of raw data into a form that will make them easy to understand, interpret, rearrange, ordering, manipulating data to generate descriptive information. We will try to take the inferential statistic in our research paper. If you want to publish the paper, about the data understanding. It talks about the understanding of the data, and we are only interpreting the data. Means we are formulating the pie charts, we are framing the bar charts, histograms. Only the statistical representation of the data is over there. And from that we are taking out the mean, median, mode, any of the central tendency measure has been put out there. So we are rearranging, that is sorting out the data, we are ordering the data, or we are manipulating the data. This particular is basically framing your descriptive information. So we avoid such type of research when we are going for a good journal publication. Although if you have an ample of data, suppose if I am talking about census data, and if I am doing such type of research, descriptive type of research at that particular data, it will give you the fruitful results. That is workable. But normally what we are doing nowadays, 100 का data ले लिया, 60 का data ले लिया, 150 का data ले लिया, and we are doing the research. That is not a fruitful research. Data की जब हम बात करते हैं, for data we have a thumb rule. The number of questions which is there in your questionnaire, we have to see that the data should be appropriate according to the number of questions which you are having as a respondent. One means the population of respondents should have appropriate number of respondents. Okay, so next we talk about this. So when I talk about the inference, I have the data, I am analyzing the data, and on the basis of that particular data, I am coming to some conclusion. I am coming to some conclusion. For example, I want to find out the cause-effect analysis. I want to take out the cause-effect analysis. That means I am having a data, and I want to see that if I do changes in one particular type of variable, then what will be the impact of that variable on some other variable. So I can measure the impact. The change which is coming in A, or the change which I am doing in A, what impact it is performing on the dependent variable which is B. So ऐसे में क्या है? We are coming out with some inference. क्योंकि inference करना रहता है, इसीलिए हम उसको inferential research बोल देते हैं या inferential बोल देते हैं. Now, whenever I am doing the research, at that time, nowadays we are having many of the tools. आप research के लिए जो data इकट्ठा करते हैं, that particular data can be fed up into the statistical softwares, and from those softwares we can use that. And the data has 4 categories. The data is of 4 types, that is nominal data, ordinal data, interval data, and the ratio data. So when I talk about the nominal data, it is the data on which only the unique numbers can be kept, or it is the data on which I cannot perform even the descriptive analysis. Why I am saying I cannot perform the descriptive analysis? Normally इस डेटा को हम सिर्फ कैटेगराइजेशन के लिए रखते हैं, या फिर हम इस डेटा को यूनिक आइडेंटिफिकेशन के लिए रखते हैं. जैसे हमारा रोल नंबर हो गया, दैट इज नॉमिनल डेटा. स्ट्रिंग है हमारा, नेम हो गया, तो स्ट्रिंग के ऊपर हम क्या टूल लगाएंगे? नहीं लगा सकते. वो क्या है हमारा नॉमिनल डेटा हो गया. So first category of the data which we use is the nominal data. ठीक है? दूसरा टाइप का डेटा जो हमारा आ जाता है, that is ordinal data. जब हम ordinal data की बात करते हैं, basically that means there is some order. The data which we are having can be arranged in either ascending order or the descending order, but the data can repeat. The data can be repeated in nature, but it can be arranged in one or the another form. And either order. क्योंकि उसके अंदर order होता है, इसलिए उस डेटा को हम ordinal बोलते हैं. Similarly, interval data है. Interval data का मतलब क्या? बीच में जो interval है, दो डेटा के बीच का जो interval है, that is fixed and it remains same. जैसे 5 to 10, 5 का क्या आ गया? 11 to 15, फिर 5 का आ गया, फिर 16 to 20, फिर 5 का आ गया. When this interval is equal, then it is termed as the interval data. And the last category is the ratio data. इसके अलावा जो डेटा जिसके ऊपर हम किसी भी टाइप की कैलकुलेशन कर रहे हैं, कंपैरिजन बिटवीन 2 कैटेगरीज कर रहे हैं या रेशियो को चेक कर रहे हैं, दैट पर्टिकुलर डेटा इज द रेशियो डेटा. When I talk about the software SPSS, in that we have only 3 type of data. One is the nominal, another one is the ordinal, and third one is the ratio. Because internal और जो आपका ratio है that is mixed and it is termed at on the scale. उसको हम खाली scale बोलते हैं. उसमें हमारा interval का और ratio का कोई segregation नहीं है. खाली scale. अभी जो मैं PPTs में डाला है वो ये डाला है कि किस particular type of data के ऊपर कौन सा test आप लगा सकते हैं. इस particular type of data पे कौन सा test हम लगा सकते हैं. Because this is my analysis. I have been taking the PhD coursework classes from 2017 till date. बच्चे पूरा PhD complete कर लेते हैं, बस उन्हें ये नहीं पता चलता कि इसके साथ क्या लगा. Which is the major drawback in our PhD papers. So I have made a slide in which I have put कौन सा particular type of data के साथ कौन से type का आपको. हमारा nominal data, type of measurement is nominal data. Nominal में हमारा दो types possible है. It can have two categories or it can have more than two categories. मैंने ऐसे बताया ना क्योंकि nominal data is a categorical data. So या तो दो categories होंगे या more than two categories. अगर one category लगाने की जरूरत नहीं. So it can have two categories or it can have more than two categories. In this we can do the type of descriptive analysis. That is frequency table, proportional and percentage can be taken out if I am talking about the two categories. More than two categories are, I can use a frequency table, category, proportion, percentages and the mode. These are the tools which we can use on the nominal data. Similarly, if we are having the ordinal data, then ordinal data के ऊपर आपका rank order मिल सकता है. Rank order is a simple test. So you can use the rank order or the median. Then if it is an interval data, you can also use the arithmetic mean. Okay? You can use the arithmetic mean. Use the index numbers, geometric mean or the harmonic mean. Any of the test depending upon your objective or the if you are framed the hypothesis. Then we come to the central tendency methods की बात करें. Type of scale में वही है nominal, ordinal, interval और ratio. आपका central tendency nominal के ऊपर आपका mode जाता है, ordinal पे median और interval और ratio पे mean जाएगा. Similarly measure of dispersion की अगर बात करूँ तो nominal data के ऊपर हमारा कोई measure of dispersion नहीं लगता है. Ordinal पे we will be using the percentile and interval और ratio पे we will be using the standard deviation. ठीक है? These are the types which we can use. Then is the cross tabulation. Cross tabulation is basically the technique where cross tabulation is the technique where we can analyze data by groups or the categories. So we can compare the differences. We can create the contingency table and percentage cross tabulation can be created. ये हम लोग BBA में और MBA में भी पढ़ाते हैं बच्चों को. Then come to the data transformation. When we talk about the data transformation, we do the data conversion, that is changing the original form of the data to a new format depending upon the requirement, and finalizing which is the most appropriate data analysis tool. Data transformation is the process just simple like this. I have got the data and suppose I want to take the mean of some particular variables. So what I will do? I will do data 1 plus data 2 plus data 3. Mean निकालना है तो average निकाल दूँगा divided by 3. They get data transformation because this data is already in some another form. I have converted it into some another form. So data has been transformed in this way. Compute आप किसी भी form में कर सकते हो. Then these are the some collapsing of 5-point scale, which is the most common scale which we are using. There are ample of techniques to take. Questionnaire building के ऊपर कभी कोई session होगा तो I discuss about those also. But आज मैं सिर्फ 5-pointer scale को इसके लिए because 90% आपके जितने भी questionnaire बनते हैं उसमें जो data collection होता है वो इस 5-pointer scale पे Likert scale में नहीं होता. ठीक है? So today we have taken only the general pointers, right? So जब हम इसकी बात करते हैं तो we have the 5-pointer की बात करें तो medium is the neutral one. Third जिसे बोलते हैं that is the neutral one. That is neither agree or not disagree. Is coming from the center point. अगर मैं 0 से start करूँ तो मैं 0 पे मतलब no opinion is there. Neither I am going to the positive side nor I am going to the negative side. यहाँ से हम लोग move on करेंगे तो जितने strongly agree and agree has been combined here, disagree and strongly disagree has been combined here, तो ये 5 पॉइंटर जो है वो कन्वर्ट हो गया होगा 3 पॉइंटर. But odd number रहेगा. It can be 3, it can be 5, it can be 7, it can be 9, it can be 11. Likert scale नहीं है. This is the way how we can collect the data. Now, how to code this particular data? जब हम कोडिंग की बात करते हैं, तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं? मिनिमम टू मैक्सिमम मूव करते हैं. When we are doing the coding of this particular data, because the data is collected in this particular form, then it is the form of strings. और string के ऊपर तो हम कैलकुलेशन लगा नहीं सकते. अगर हम कैलकुलेशन लगा नहीं सकते तो रिजल्ट्स आ नहीं सकते. ठीक है? So what I have to do? I have to do the coding. तो डेटा कोडिंग करने के लिए मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा? I have to see how many is there, which has to be given the least number. But while you are doing the coding, the interval difference between the two variable code should be equal. That means if it is 1, then it is 2, it is 3, it is 4, and it is 5. If you start from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Or minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2.
कर सकते. बट उसके लिए फिर आपकी कैलकुलेशन मेथड जो है वो चेंज हो जाएगी. अगर आपने कैलकुलेशन मेथड सेम रखा तो रिजल्ट्स नलिफाई हो जाएंगे, बिकॉज -1 and +1 will nullify. So you have to check while doing the calculation. So we recommend that it should start from 1 to increasing order. Don't go to the negative part. You can do. ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं कर सकते. Then इंडेक्स नंबर्स की बात करते हैं, तो इसमें हम कंज्यूमर प्राइस इंडेक्स की तरह से हम आपको इंडेक्स नंबर्स भी प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं while we are doing the research. Then rank orders. Charts and graphs which we can use while doing the descriptive analysis. Pie charts, line graphs, bar charts, vertical horizontal. SPSS में जिन लोगों ने काम किया उन्होंने देखा वो चार्ट्स नाम का एक अलग से मेन्यू सेक्शन है, तो वहाँ से जाके हम चार्ट्स बना सकते हैं. Although it is available along with the different analytical tools also. Analysis में जाके आप किसी भी टूल को यूज करेंगे उसके साथ दिया हुआ चार्ट का ऑप्शन. बट अगर आपको चार्ट्स के ऊपर ही एनालिसिस करना है, then go to the chart option. That is the best option where you can do the manipulation and the change of many things in the chart option. These are some of the charts. Then we come to the inferential statistical techniques. When I talk about the inferential statistical techniques, we have the univariate, we have the bivariate and multivariate statistics. 3 type of statistics हमारा आ जाता है. Now we come to the univariate stats. That is test of statistical significance. Now we come to the hypothesis testing, one variable at a time. Hypothesis is basically an assumption. Whenever we are doing the inferential testing, we make hypothesis. Descriptive में hypothesis नहीं बनाने की जरूरत पड़ती, लेकिन whenever we are talking about the inferential, we have to, because inference का मतलब क्या है? किसी particular resultant को पूछो, जैसे हम लोग theorem में करते हैं, अब you have to prove A is equal to B. तो end result मुझे पता है क्या prove करना है? A is equal to B करना है. That means I should know what I want to prove in this particular research. So हम क्या करते हैं? हम assumptions बनाते हैं. तो उसमें भी हम क्या करते थे? Mathematics में assume x is equal to 1. उसके बाद हम start करते हैं अपनी mathematical solution को, और end में जाके हम prove कर देते हैं A is equal to B. Similarly research में है हमारा, we are first making the hypothesis. Hypothesis के अंदर हमारी जो assumption है, हम उस assumption के basis पे 2 टाइप की हम hypothesis frame कर सकते हैं. One is null hypothesis, which is the negative form of the statement. जो भी आप कह रहे हैं. Suppose I'm having a topic that the impact of customer satisfaction on the sale of the product. मैं एक research कर रही हूँ और मैंने research क्या किया? The impact of customer satisfaction on the sale of product. तो मेरे 2 वेरिएबल बन रहे हैं इसमें. एक मेरा क्या बन गया? Customer satisfaction बन गया. दूसरा वेरिएबल क्या बन गया? सेल ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट बन गया. अब दोनों वेरिएबल के अंदर अगर मुझे रिलेशन देखा जाए तो 2 चीजें पॉसिबल है. देयर इज अ सिग्निफिकेंट रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन द 2 वेरिएबल्स, और इसका अगर मैं एंटी देखूं तो देयर इज नॉट अ सिग्निफिकेंट रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन द 2 वेरिएबल्स. अगर सिग्निफिकेंट रिलेशन है तो कस्टमर सेटिस्फेक्शन का इंपैक्ट पड़ेगा किसके ऊपर, सेल ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट। और अगर सिग्निफिकेंट रिलेशनशिप नहीं है तो इम्पैक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा। तो whenever I will talk about the hypothesis, मैं ये अज्यूम करके चलती हूँ कि जिस चीज को मुझे प्रूव करना है इसका रिवर्स क्या हो जाएगा, ऑल्टरनेट हाइपोथेसिस। ऑटोमेटिकली ऑल्टरनेट हाइपोथेसिस क्या होगी, पॉजिटिव फॉर्म ऑफ इट, दैट मींस देयर इज अ सिग्निफिकेंट रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन द two variables, that is customer satisfaction and the sale of the product. तो मेरा वो रिलेशनशिप दोनों के बीच में। So whenever I am talking about the inferential, चाहे वो यूनिवेरिएट है बाइवेरिएट, अगर यूनिवेरिएट है तो एक ही वेरिएबल है। अब इसमें मैंने जो आपको एग्जांपल लिया दैट वाज ऑफ टू वेरिएबल्स। अब यूनिवेरिएट में तो एक ही वेरिएबल होगा। अब एक ही वेरिएबल है और मुझे उसके assumption बनाने हैं तो कैसे बना सकती हूँ, the mean of customer satisfaction is equal to 0, not equal to 0, or the mean is equal to 0, the mean is less than 0 and mean is greater than 0। समझ में मेरी बात? तो इसका मतलब क्या, मैं इसको इस तरीके से फॉर्म कर सकती हूँ, बिकॉज जब हम यूनिवेरिएट की बात करते हैं तो हम ज्यादातर जो टेस्टिंग करते हैं दैट इज ऑन द मीन, स्टैंडर्ड वेरिएशन, स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन, इनके ऊपर लगाते हैं। जब इसके ऊपर लगाएंगे तो इसी से तो रिलेशन निकालेंगे कि 0 है, नॉट इक्वल टू है, या ग्रेटर देन है, या लेस देन है। तो हम जब अजम्पशन बनाएंगे तो इसी तरीके से हमारी अजम्पशन ड्रॉ। सो दिस इज द वे हाउ आई विल फॉर्मुलेट द हाइपोथेसिस। अब ये आपके ऊपर है कि आपने जो रिसर्च करें, जो भी आप एब्स्ट्रैक्ट बनाएंगे आज शाम को, उस एब्स्ट्रैक्ट में आपने अपना हाइपोथेसिस क्या बनाना है। यूनिवेरिएट पे काम करना है, बाइवेरिएट पे काम करना है, या मल्टीवेरिएट पे काम करना है। ठीक है, तो अकॉर्डिंगली ये विल बी। सो हम यहाँ पर जब यूनिवेरिएट स्टेट्स की बात करेंगे तो हाइपोथेसिस टेस्टिंग इज डन ऑन दी वन वेरिएबल एट ए टाइम। यूनिवेरिएट मतलब वन वेरिएबल। सो हम एक वेरिएबल के ऊपर टेस्टिंग करेंगे। हाइपोथेसिस इज अनप्रूवन प्रोपोजिशन, जैसे मैंने बताया, इट्स जस्ट एन assumption, supposition that tentatively explains certain facts or phenomena. It is an assumption about the nature of the world. We have the null hypothesis, that is statement about the status quo, no difference. Alternative hypothesis, statement that indicates the opposite of the null hypothesis. Now the most important thing which comes and while we are doing the research is the significance level. Significance level की बात करते हैं तो critical probability. Probability when I am doing the research at that time, what is the probability? अब हम लोग जब भी कोई रिसर्च करते हैं at that time we know whenever we are collecting the data cannot be 100% correct। और आपको पता है ना, जैसा डेटा हम डालेंगे वैसा ही तो आउटपुट मिलना है। Whatever data you are feeding into the system, it will give the results accordingly। So जो डाटा आपने उसके अंदर डाला वही मिलना है, तो ऑब्वियसली जो मैंने पहले ही बोल दिया कि 100% एक्यूरेसी ऑफ द डेटा इज नॉट पॉसिबल। जब मैंने आपको आप ही की अगर मैं एक क्वेश्चन आ गया हूँ और आप सबको ही दे दूँ तो इट माइट बी पॉसिबल। कुछ लोग बड़े ध्यान से बड़े अच्छे से मेरे को डाटा फिल करके देंगे, कुछ लोग थोड़ा सा मेरे कैजुअली देंगे। कोई ऐसा होगा 10 क्वेश्चन को बड़े ध्यान से पढ़े, 11वें क्वेश्चन पे उसने नहीं किया। तो इसका मतलब जो मेरे पास डेटा आ रहा है, मैं अगर उसको डेटा को रिफाइन भी कर दूँ, the data which I receive, if I refine the data, if I manipulate the data, if I clean the data, if I normalize the data, then also there is no guarantee that the data is 100% accurate. So it is necessary that I should have a significant level which can define the critical level in my research, that beyond this particular level, the research results cannot be considered. Beyond that particular level, the research results cannot be considered. तो आपके उसी को हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं, कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल। 99% कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल है, 95% कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल है। हमारे जब रिसर्च की बात करते हैं, it says that 1 is the 100%, 1 is equal to 100%। अगर 1 100% है तो 95% कितना हो जाएगा? 0.95। तो इसका मतलब अगर मैं 95% कॉन्फिडेंस इंटरवल की बात कर रही हूँ तो मेरा वो जो एरर वाला पार्ट है, जो मेरा एरर 95% तो मैं कॉन्फिडेंस की बात कर, कॉन्फिडेंस का मतलब एक्सेप्टेबल लेवल। इसका मतलब इतना तो एक्यूरेसी लेवल, दैट इज माय एक्यूरेसी लेवल। तो मेरा एरर पार्ट कितना है? 0.05। बहुत सिंपल है। इसी बेसिस पे हमारे दो टाइप के 99 और 95 की बेसिस पे 0.01 and 0.05 दो लेवल। तो जब भी आप सिग्निफिकेंस लेवल की बात करेंगे, स्पेसिस में काम करेंगे आप, तो देखेंगे 0.01 एक अलग लेवल आता है, 0.05 एक अलग लेवल आता है। ज़्यादातर रिसर्च जो है वो हम 0.05 पर ही करते हैं, सिग्निफिकेंस लेवल इज 0.05, but there are some crucial researches where we cannot take 0.05 as our significance level. There we go for 0.0 as a level of significance. Okay, and this is depicted by P. So P is equal to 0.05 or P is equal to 0.01, right? And alpha is basically alpha and beta दो तरीके के हमारे पास हैं। हमारे जो हाइपोथेसिस टेस्टिंग के बेसिस पे हमारे दो टाइप के एरर जो होते हैं, टाइप 1 एरर एंड टाइप 2 एरर। टाइप 1 एंड टाइप 2 एरर है तो दोनों ही खतरनाक ही कोई नहीं है, बिकॉज़ टाइप 1 में आपकी स्टेटमेंट ट्रू थी, assumption was true, और आपने उसको रिजेक्ट कर दिया, इसका मतलब आपने फॉल्स किया, तो एंटी रीजंस हो गए ना, है ना? इट वाज ट्रू बट यू रिजेक्टेड। सिमिलरली आपका टाइप 2 क्या है? इसका मतलब इट वाज रॉन्ग बट यू एक्सेप्टेड, मतलब गलत। दोनों ही केसेस में क्या करेगा? गलत ही आ रहा है। So basically we can have two types of error, which is depicted by alpha and beta. Probability level selected is typically 0.05 or 0.01, too low to warrant support for the null hypothesis. So the null hypothesis, that mean is equal to 3. तो क्या h0 is equal to mu is equal to 3.0. Similarly h1 is equal to mu not equal to 3.0. This is sampling distribution. How we depict, हमने mu की वैल्यू कितनी रखी थी? 3, तो सेंटर पॉइंट कितना हो गया हमारा? 3, तो इस साइड हमारा माइनस, इस साइड हमारा प्लस। So this is the distribution which is equal on both the sides. तो अगर मैं इसकी बात करूं तो यहाँ पे आपका अल्फा अगर मेरा 0.05 है, क्योंकि वहाँ 0.05 की बात कर रहे थे, तो अल्फा 0.025, अल्फा 0.025 दोनों मिला के आपका 0.0 डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन पे अगर हम प्लेस करते हैं उसको, तो that is lower limit and that is the upper limit. So when I talk about the critical values of mu, that is critical value minus the upper limit. ये कैलकुलेशन दी हुई है, सिंपल फॉर्मूला के अंदर लगा के, बहुत इजी है। This is आइए सर, this is critical value of mu. When we talk about the region of rejection, if it goes out of it, that is region of rejection. Now see how we place the type 1 and type 2 errors. 4 quadrant हमारे बन गए. So when I say null is true, it is correct, then there is no error. पहला क्वाड्रेंट जो बनेगा हमारा 4 क्वाड्रेंट्स में से। दूसरा में null is true and reject the null hypothesis. ये true है ना वाली? जब true वैल्यू को मैं रिजेक्ट कर दूंगी तो type 1 error आ जाएगा. That is reject the null, type 1 error आ गया. If my null is false, then type 2 error आ जाएगा because it is an accept null. और अगर हमारा reject null है और null is false तो correct no error. इसीलिए this is correct, this is correct. This will create type 1 error and this is create type 2 error. Right? So type 1 and type 2 errors, hypothesis testing की बात करें, that is state of null hypothesis in the population. H0 is true, H0 is false. So H0 correct, no error, type 2 error आ गया. Reject H0, type 1 correct, no error आ गया. छोटे-छोटे फंडामेंटल है, लेकिन ये सेट कर लिया ना माइंड में, रिसर्च में कभी करती नहीं, बहुत छोटे-छोटे करते हैं, ठीक है? Then choosing the appropriate statistical techniques. So now the major thing is type of question to be answered. So when I talk about this type of question to be answered, I should first know how many variables are there in my research. है ना? सबसे पहले मुझे पता होगा तभी मैं कर सकती हूँ. We are talking about the univariate now. So and what will be the scale of measurement? Univariate. These are the analytical tools which we use in the univariate data analysis. Z-test, t-test, chi-square test, that is distribution test, single variable case test, Shapiro-Wilks test. जहाँ भी univariate analysis आएगा, इनमें से कोई एक टेस्ट आप लगा सकते हैं. That is only for the univariate. टेस्ट को मैंने बहुत लोगों को देखा है, chi-square टेस्ट को कहीं भी लगा सकते हैं. मेरे पास एक बार इवैल्यूएट करने की थीसिस आई थी अब्दुल कलाम से, और उसने यूनिवेरिएट बाइवेरिएट लगाया ये सब chi-square टेस्ट. सो जो मैंने अपने इतने साल के टाइम में देखा कि ये चीज़ें गलती करते हैं, वो चीज़ें मैंने इस स्लाइड्स पे डाल दी. ठीक है. So basically, when I talk about the univariate tools, we can use Z-test, we can use the t-test, we can use the chi-square test, we can use the single variable case test, or Shapiro-Wilks.
It will also depend upon the primary scale. Univariate plus the primary scale.
Primary scale. तभी starting में भी दिया ऐसे कुछ करना. So we come to the bivariate analysis. When we talk about the bivariate analysis, if my measurement is interval and ratio, please mark. Type of measurement is interval and ratio. I am not talking about the nominal data here. Only the interval and the ratio data, that means scale 10. Differences between two independent groups will be independent groups. There I will be using the t-test or z-test. Okay? Bivariate है, univariate नहीं है. t-test और z-test अभी मैंने आपको बताया कि it will be used only in the univariate. But अगर मेरा type interval और ratio है, तो और उसमें भी interval और ratio में independent groups की बात करें. जो categories बनाई है मैंने, जो population है, that is independent groups, then I can use the t-test or z-test. And अगर ये dependent groups हैं, तो मैं paired t-test लगाऊँ. सर्वल इक्वेशन लगा सकता हूँ. ठीक है? Independent groups,
failure records. Something failed on the machine or something is not performing and the operator assistant did something to fix that. What was those steps? Basis on that, the model can be trained and it can be given to the operator assistant. They might not require that level of expertise or say skills to fix those, because the model now will be able to answer that. You just need to input, hey, this machine is not working, this belt is not running, what could be the probable fixes steps of that. Then retail, you have like personalization of products, right? Preferences, demand forecasting, customer support. You see that the chatbot is kind of implemented across all retail stores, right? Education, transforming learning into experience, and then lot more kind of in terms of like creating your own tutorial or say something your assignments. Coming to healthcare, we are we both are part of life sciences industry, so we deal day in day out. Right from the drug design to drug repurposing, all that exercise which usually takes close to 8 to 10 years. The drug life cycle is almost 20 years, and the industry set pattern was that 12 years it takes right from the conceptualization of the molecule to the coming to the market. It takes 12 years. Clinical trial, pre-clinical trial, 1, 2, 3 trials, and then into kind of approval. The approval process goes through lot of documentation you need to create for regulatory approval. You need to create those materials. AI is helping to create those first draft of the content of those say documents. It will scroll through the similar topics or research clinical studies done in the past, and it will put up into a research page. You must have heard like Tesla is coming and all other companies also, the self-driven cars. All it is driven through the AI models, right? They are sensing the objects behind much speed and all, and then they are deciding the path. We'll cover ChatGPT as AI language model, overview of OpenAI GPT framework. So ChatGPT is a kind of AI powered language model developed by OpenAI. It is designed to generate human-like responses. Again, it uses the deep learning and machine learning technologies. These are like pre-trained models. Initially, there could be the basic difference within AI/ML and what is the generative AI or large language models. AI/ML models we use to create custom models, writing Python codes and then train on the data that we have available with us. What's the advantage of using the large language models? Because they come with the pre-trained models. These models has to be just customized, right? They are already trained on large volume of data. ChatGPT has been trained on a vast amount of text data from the internet, allowing it to learn patterns, grammar and all those, and it can kind of contextualize your say question answers. So again, framework that uses a state of language model and architecture we are talking about, because mostly the partnership is with the hyperscalers. Either you will have Oracle, Microsoft. It is not the set pattern that you ask the same question, model will revert the same answer. There could be, but there may not be. The model might revert with some different answers. So to refine your result, you need to learn the art of refining your question as well. Again, the features and capabilities, several features like that it can powerful language model for the conversation and interaction. It can understand and respond to a wide range of prompt queries, allowing engaging the dynamic conversation. Ability to handle context, basically in which context. Suppose a chatbot has been built. If I ask a question on like maybe something that political affairs within India, and then you don't, there is an article in Aster that insider trading data was fed into AI model, and AI kind of started lying on that data, right? So I haven't gone to that detail, but it was like it can lie as like humans lies, right? So people have to be very cautious in dealing with this say large language models and how to use them. Some limitations, you will have biases in response. Accuracy, again, it is kind of sensitive because you have large volume of data. It can hallucinate, it can go here and there, so you have to use the phrasing of your statement very correctly. Then emotional intelligence, OpenAI acknowledges the presence of biases in the training data, and GPT may kind of bias behavior in terms of like harmful instructions. And then OpenAI actively works on addressing these limitations, like So some of the things are addressed via prompt engineering, or the job that we guys do, the customization of it. There is a data security part as well. So there is a workaround that if you work within a framework, like we generally work within Azure OpenAI, not just kind of OpenAI, so that it kind of restrict it. Otherwise, your data can be compromised. This was the things that I was talking about. So these are like different models. So GPT currently mostly used model is 3.5 and 3.5 turbo. Then we have GPT-4, a set of model that can include the GPT. So that's again DALL-E model is again to generate any kind of image. So we'll do some experiment to show that hey, I need a image of Geeta Ratan Business School, where students are holding some say certificates they got placed. Give some sort of context to it and it will generate. You can put I need background of this color or this image in background. It will on a fly create that say banner. It might not be that great, but that model behind is the DALL-E model. A set of models that can convert text into natural sounding spoken audio, so TTS. Lot of misuse of AI is happening. I think the cyber fraud that is happening now. The relatives are calling that hey, I am stuck somewhere, I need immediate money. So the models that go behind are these kind of models, right, where they can mimic the exact sound that somebody, your own family member is calling, right? You will not be able to differentiate in that voice. Code Whisper is the model that while I was speaking, if I have a microphone and that application enabled with the Code Whisper, this can create a script out of it, right? So basically this translates speech into text on a fly. So very useful in like lectures. If you have certain application built using code whisper and your professors are delivering a lecture, it can convert that speech into text and it can record it. Embeddings. So again, embedding is a behind the model, which what it does, whatever the text, it does that, convert that text into numerical value and some sort of database based on your architecture. It will be saving it in future conversations. The embedding are extracted again to generate that text. So that's embedding. Modulation is fine tuning of the model, and jukebox is a model that generates music. So basically, I want to, I have some singer which is my favorite singer, and he has that this old song. I want to replicate that same song in some different singer's voice. So jukebox is a model which can do that job. So these are the I think some models we talked about. GPT-4 is this. The comparison to this is from Amazon is Amazon Bedrock. Then from the Databricks we have Dolly. I think Dolly they are shutting down. They are coming with the some what is that? Some assistant I think. Yeah. So right. So they are shutting down Dolly model and they are coming with a new model. So all different hyperscalers have their own set of large language models. OpenAI will have all the models with the GPT like GPT-3, 3.5, where Amazon Bedrock is having capability to engage with other large language models as well.
And even the token size limit of Bedrock.
Right. I hope people understand. Maybe you can explain what is the token. So basically, to use GPT, you need to buy certain tokens, right? I think certain tokens when you create account are given as a free. So once you exhaust that $5 amount, I guess, you get token. And I think practically that is good enough. But beyond that, if you feed in large volume of data, right, your token limits gets consumed more. So if you consume those token limits, probably then you need to pay and buy more tokens to use that.
So basically be cautious while prompting up so that it should not exhaust.
So this is the URL for platform.openai.com. So Sneha, you want to walk through and how to create. So basically she will walk through. Maybe you guys can open your system and you want to create your account and generate API key. I would encourage all of you should have your own OpenAI key, because if I create OpenAI key, I will get a limited tokens available with me. So probably sharing, if you share a key, so all that tokens are distributed and it can be consumed very fast.
So, so you can search on OpenAI API key on Google Chrome.
Ma'am, can you please repeat what we have to search?
So OpenAI API key.
This system is actually Cognizant system. On this, it is we cannot open this. It is blocked. So
API. You can just search it on Google Chrome. It will give you the link of OpenAI. There you can log in into that. Yeah, right.
Create a site, we sign up first.
Yeah, you have to log in first.
So login, they can use their Google, right?
Yeah.
So you can use your Google login to log in that. While people are opening, any questions so far now, any clarification that can help?
OpenAI API.
Do you need any?
Screen पे नहीं दिखेगा? Concept भी आए बोलो.
Yeah, actually, this is my common name, so I won't be able to open it. But I can help you. So, you can use your Gmail.
Yes, sir. Sign up using Google account. You will get $5 free credit from API.
Yeah, so I think you can use the mobile app also. This ChatGPT application. You can download it. But here, like, it's not chatting, that's the best of then you have to click on create new secret.
Create secret.
Application program interface.
You can save it in the
Sneha, just so they just need to log in on this platform.
Sign up after sitting. Yes, continue with
you can save it in the notepad. Because it
You are out of that.
Online You can just put a problem.
Create a secret. Create a new secret key.
Luke is presented in Indian, right? I don't know why they chose the meeting budget. So, anyways, only the snap.
I was able to generate API.
It comes up.
So I think most of you are getting puzzled. So there are certain questions that we need to answer. It will take time. We'll move forward. I think few of us already have been able to create the API key, right? So this API key is your own personal API key. Keep it somewhere in the record, because the same API key you will refer to create any sort of application using OpenAI. So basically, to call any model or GPT model, this key has to be entered. So
And don't share it with anybody because it will get
if you share, then probably the tokens you are sharing, right? So you, with this key, you got that token limit of how many tokens?
like somewhere around a good number of tokens, but there is a dollar value that
$. So the dollar value of this API is $5, and $5 token you got. So basically, you will once consume this, then again you need to buy it. Go ahead, further.
now.
In the interest of time, because we need to cover few more things, we'll move forward.
Can you see here like the free gpt.cc app? Can you open that and we'll use your API key in that page? So it's https colon.
It's not visible here. You can switch off the lights.
Yeah.
So yeah, https colon /free gpt.cc.
Or you can just search free GPT with comma.
Free GPT.
Yeah.
Go to Google again.
Yeah.
GPT dot
CC.
.cc. CC.
So this page will pop up, right? Sorry.
नहीं वो
And on the left hand side you must be seeing setup API key. on that page itself.
Set up API key here.
Yeah, you have to enter that API key here.
Set up your open API key and model first.
So, everyone see this page on the free GPT? So, first option we see the setup your OpenAI API key and model first.
So we going for signing up first again.
So, once we click here, it gives the key and the model. So, does it ask for sign in again, sir?
No, the instructions are given at the top.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
So
We'll take her help.
pasting the API key.
Right. But just wanted to show you the glimpse. So all these are different type of models, right? Some of the models, I believe this GPT-4 and all will not be accessible. GPT-4 won't be accessible, right?
No, it won't be accessible because you
So-
have to pay.
GPT-4 and all above models won't be accessible with the free this API key. So only these GPT 3.5 Turbo and 3.5
16K.
models we can use.
We go ahead with Turbo.
Yeah. Turbo 16K we can use.
So third one, Turbo, this 16K one, 3.5 Turbo 16K.
Where? What is this?
They need to click save to your browser.
Yes.
So click save to your browser.
Eating playground.
Third. Might be the internet setting here. Because we are using laptop and the phone network.
It has been saved to your browser.
Can you open it on?
अरे सुभाष
Permission now.
वेबसाइट और ये देखो
I think there are certain internet restrictions are there on computer machines. I would request all of you, maybe for now, you can use your phones, right? You can access to your phones.
And you can try it in the
Okay, once you are done.
Free GPT. Free GPT, chat GPT.
So mostly
The first one is business and customer service. It has like the customer support or feedback analysis and then sales and product information. So here you can see like we can use chat GPT for analyzing any customer feedback. Like obviously it can be, there can be multiple customers and you have received like multiple records for it. So if you want to analyze it using chat GPT, what you can do is you can upload the file in the platform and then it will able to, you can use it as a question answer. So you can question it like what you want to analyze from that file. And it can take up like multiple types of file. It won't be like necessary that there are some specific file formats that it can take. So it can be anything like Excel file can contain records. And if there's any PDF, there's a long PDF that you want to see, like you want to have some certain question answers around it. So you can also use that. it will save your time, and basically obviously it will give good results with whatever, like it will give you both the answers. So like if you give a basic prompt, it won't be able to understand like what you are trying to ask. So you have to be very careful while giving up the prompt, and the model should be built in that way that it should be able to handle those things. So there are one thing that you can consider chain of thoughts in GPT. So we have to make them understand, like you have to think before answering the question. You have to first analyze what you are trying to give, okay, and what the question is. So if it just gives the answer, then we'll make him rethink. That you have to rethink whether the answer is right or wrong as per the question. So there are certain criteria, certain items that we need to make that model to be trained. So we can see one demo regarding that feedback analysis. Okay, I'll quickly.
Once the key has been saved, how do we upload the file?
Yeah. So here you can't upload the file. Basically, you can use this API key in creating that application. Like here I am showing you one application which we have created using Python. Basically Python is there. So using that application, we can upload a file. Okay, and we can use that.
So basically, quickly,
some basic okay. So I have got let me open one more. Basic application code generation. For using your API key, what you can do is you can open Google Colab too. Like that was a playground that we told earlier, that freegpt.cc. There you can only basically ask questions around what, like general questions, or you have to have some code out of it, or you can say some article, you want to formulate some article. Right? So you can have some questions and answers around it. And it won't give you any images, or you can say any audios or something like that. It will be just a proper question answer. But for using it as a, you can say for building your own application, you can try a Google Colab that's open for all. Okay, and like you just have to be you can use your Gmail account, and there's a Google Colab, and you can use Gradio app. So it will be like interface will be created, and you can use that for uploading a file. Like sir wanted to upload a file, right? Or they want to ask questions around it. So it's just 5-6 lines of code that you can create. So if you can open it in your system, and I'll also go through it. Like you can also go through it from my system. Okay?
go from the beginning, open the Google Colab URL.
Yeah, I think their laptops will be.
You can use
Google Colab.
Colab.
Yeah. COLLAB. COLLAB. Google Colab. Then you will get this link, welcome to Collaboratory. So you can open that.
All these are the free tools available.
Here you can create your own notebook. So these are the notebooks that I already have in here. That's why it's showing me those notebooks. But you can create a new notebook here.
Click on creating a new notebook.
So have you opened the Google Colab?
So it's not working actually. This is Firefox. It has Firefox. It doesn't work with Firefox.
So if anybody can open on their mobile, that will be good, or I will showcase. You can try on your personal laptop.
So we clicked on the new notebook.
You can name your notebook as first test.
We'll start putting
You untitle it. Just make it test.
So once you are at the new notebook, you will see this sort of a screen here. Okay.
So this is basically Jupyter notebook. Must be aware of it. So here we can start coding in. Okay. And the API key needs to be provided here. On the left hand side you can see there's a key icon. Right? So here you need to define your OpenAI key, OpenAI API key, and the value will be your that what you got, that you copied.
You press the play button. What did you do?
So on the left hand side there's a key.
This is a key.
Yeah.
So in this key,
Secret.
this is the OpenAI key that we got. This one is key.
So there are various models like completion model or chart model, or you can say driving model where you can convert image to text. That you can't do in your Okay, so I'll go to one of the, you can say, simple code. So it's a code generation one. Okay, what I have done here is I have installed few libraries. So that was the OpenAI, and this is particularly this version we need to install. Okay, pip install OpenAI equal to 0.28. Okay, because that larger version.
Can somebody make note of it? So OpenAI double equals 0.28.
Okay, then we have. There you can see, right? So this is the function that I am calling in. I have written a prompt, act as a code generator, convert the provided text to this code. Okay, but whatever, like if they want to convert it into Python, then
Sir, are you at this stage? Have you reached to this stage?
so if they want to be able to type in on the phone.
Can we have the steps?
No, you have to install it. You have to install it.
Just once we all need to write this 2-line code only.
Pip install.
Colon, pip install OpenAI double equals 0.28 and pip install Gradle. That's it. It will be automatically installed. Is this visible now? So one is here, just note double equal 0.28 version.
PIP.
Pip install, yeah.
Anyone carrying laptop, maybe just log in through the phone network on that laptop.
You have a space between
No, not I, it's code. We'll share this code and everything. This colon and PIP.
I will share that.
Shivam sir, is it possible we can get the steps of performance or
We will share these steps over email to sir and he can circulate, right? We'll share that.
Then we have to import that. Basically, first you install those libraries and here we are importing it. Okay.
So
And
very basic code, nothing technical expertise needed, just 2 lines code to install and 2-line code we're just calling like import Gradio as gr, import OpenAI from where google.collab import user data.
so this is for basically when you will store your key in your secret key.
So basically this will call your API key.
And if you don't want to go through that way, you can just mention it here. Like you can see OpenAI.api key. You can mention your key here.
In this case, they need to mention again and again, right?
Like obviously it won't be secret. Like it won't hide it. In other codes I use that. And even you can go to that Gradio application. You can search in your Google Chrome that Gradio application. So it has very good, you can say, code that is there. Like if you want like just code generation or some other basic steps, so you will get a good guide there. Gradio is very good.
but
So this is the function. Basically here we are defining which model we are using. So it's GPT 3.5 Turbo 16K. You can change the model, but this is the best model till now, that's like free of cost. But if you go for GPT 4, then you need to pay. Okay, so these are some of the steps. So for GPT, like we have set temperature as 0 and max tokens what they can use. So temperature lies between 0 to 1. If you want it to be more, you can say in a more creative way, like you want to use ChatGPT in a more creative way, you can increase this temperature value. And if you just want like it should take the data what you have provided and it should not go beyond it, so you can have that temperature.
So I think few people are able to install. So again, it is calling the model GPT 3.5 Turbo 16K. Then temperature we just wanted to explain. So temperature it just deals with like think of a probability. It's ranges from 0 to 1. The more closer it's to 0, it will be more focused to your ask, right? The more you go towards 1, it will be more creative. It will go around the word data and it will kind of create its own creative answers. So I mean, if you have any document, you upload that, or you want to have very narrow kind of search, ideal situation would be the temperature is towards closer to 0, right? And I think then they have defined the token limits. Maybe just explain why this token limit is all about.
So token limit is basically it will include your prompt along with the answer. It won't go beyond that. So you can basically restricting it to use only these many tokens and don't go beyond that, so that it will be used like your API key.
Thank you, sir.
Also,
We will say the OpenAI one, we cannot open it. It's blocked. So, I mean, this is nothing big deal to write these 2 lines of code, this code, and then there is a 4-5 line of code, right? This is very basic. You are not creating the entire model. The model is there. All you need to just, you're passing your OpenAI key, you are narrating the model what it needs to be doing, right? Just setting that limit, temperature, tokens, just to kind of contextualize. And then you're creating your gradient. Why we show the gradient? You could be doing some task, right? How to speed up that work? You could have this open, this gradient open, just type it, you quickly get that result, right?
And it's very handy, like.
Yeah, I know. We have seen that.
Even we are challenged because in our organization also, they talk big words, but still these resources are not freely available, right? Lot of restriction. The OpenAI we cannot use directly. We have to go through the Azure OpenAI. Azure is again a platform, so hyperscaler, right? So within that framework it works. So then it is more secure because your data cannot be compromised. And a lot of demos that we have built on the Gradio apps.
Well, next time, sir, we have it. All those.
Sure.
And we want that we should have another session sometime, and people will everybody will get the benefit of that.
Yes, sure. One can bring their personal laptops and.
Yeah, sure. Okay, sir. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
okay, everyone, please come here for the group photograph.
जतिन से खड़े का है देखो जरा
Nothing, sir.